Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would hop on here today and give you a little update on how my HSG test went today. I had that this afternoon. I'm not even going to attempt to say what HSG stands for. I can't even read it. Just look it up if you don't know what it is. But when I was researching this test and looking for YouTube videos, I found a lot of people talking about their experience with it, but not a lot of people explained what actually happened. So I want to explain step by step what the process looked like for me. Obviously doctors can be different and the way that they do it is different, but hopefully this is helpful for any of you that have yet to have your HSG and are kind of looking for what to expect beyond whether did it hurt or did it not hurt, because that's pretty much all I found. So anyways, I got there and checked in. It was through the Diagnostic Imaging Center for Kaiser. And so I checked in and they had a little separate waiting room, and then a nurse came and got me and had a hospital gown for me to change into. It's really funny, it looked like a clothing store, like changing room set up on this one hallway. And so they gave you two hospital gowns, one to put on as regular gown and then one to turn around and wear as a robe. And then they had you put you just had to get undressed from the waist down. I didn't have to take any of my jewelry off or anything like that. And then you put the rest of your clothes into a little baggie that they provided for us. And then I went back to another separate waiting room, which is kind of funny because it was just some chairs lined up in this hallway. So you're in, a hospital gown, and there's these random people walking by. I mean, janitors and nurses and patients were walking by, so that was a little funny. I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but they came and got me and took me back to the room pretty quickly, and a nurse just basically explained what would be happening. She got me all set up, and it's not a normal x-ray machine. I mean, I've only really had like dental x-rays, or once as a kid when my mom thought I broke my arm, so I haven't had a lot of experience with x-rays, but they had you lay on a table, and then the x-ray machine kind of moved and would go down onto your body depending on where they were doing it. So they took some x-rays first. I don't know what for, but that's what they did. And then the doctor came in and she had me slide down to the edge of the bed, just like when you're doing an exam, and she put the speculum in. That for me is the most painful part of the whole procedure. Then they cleaned the cervix 3 times with a little like sponge and iodine, just to avoid any infections. Then they inserted the catheter into the cervix. That really didn't hurt me at all. It hurt more when they did it for the IUI. Then they inflated a balloon, and that's when I started cramping a little bit, and that's basically to block any of the iodine from coming back outside, or the dye out of your cervix while they're doing it. And at that point, they had me slide back to where I was laying flat on my back. My knees weren't up anymore. And they left the room. They had brought a screen actually right by my head so that I could watch the whole process too. They went back behind the room where there was a window, and they started taking the x-rays. And so they would inflate or insert a little bit of the dye, and then they would take an x-ray, and they would insert a little bit more, and then they would take an x-ray. I could feel it each time it was kind of expanding, and I could watch it on the screen, which was kind of neat. It definitely was, I know some people have said it was like excruciating. It was not at all excruciating for me. It was uncomfortable. But I don't know. I feel like all infertility procedures are uncomfortable. Nothing dealing with that region is very comfortable. So I did experience a lot of cramping afterwards. I'm still crampy right now. It's been a couple hours. But after that, they did the testing. It was done so fast. They had a little bathroom right there that they gave me a pad to put on in case anything, leaked out. You don't want any dye in your underwear. But they said everything looked great. Of course, they can't go over all the details with me. My doctor has to do that, but she said she couldn't see any blockages, which is really great news. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any comments or questions that I didn't mention, please leave them below. I'm excited. Next week I have my injection training, and then we'll be really set for the next cycle. So hopefully it'll work out for us. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.